Hi, my name is Barkat, also known as Barkat the Barber, and I've been a professional barber for 7 years now. Okay, so I've been cutting hair now for 7 years. It's been a long, beautiful journey, and also I've been learning a lot as I go. To date, I'm still learning. But what inspired me to get into the industry was just the fact I wanted to cut my own hair, but I didn't know how to. So that's where the interest grew. And before I knew it, I was growing a clientele, you know. I was doing a lot of research, and I just chose to go independent very early, and that helps me learn a lot. Thing is, when I started cutting hair, I always had this idea of how I wanted my haircuts to look like. But everyone else that was around me was doing things very different, you know. So I kind of just grew out my hair for a while, and then I just decided, let me just lock it, you know, until I find that one guy. Yeah. Well, it's a fact. Men don't cheat on the barbers. That's a fact. But when I got out of school, I got employed first, and that's where I grew a bit of a clientele. And then after that, it was just word of mouth. I kept going around, you know, yeah, you should try this guy, he's good, he does this different, he does that different. And before I knew it, I was just growing a clientele, and now I thank God for where I am, to be honest. So when I started, I was employed in Westlands. I was working at the mall, Westlands the mall, and then I was moved to Westgate. So I think it was like 4 months later I was moved to Westgate. I worked in Westgate for like, I think 6 months. And then after that I just felt the need to go independent. For some reason, there was something that was just telling me, you know, just go independent. So after that, I remember I started shaving in my apartment on the corridor. So I had a stool, a mirror, and a chair, and that was it, you know. And it was crazy because I had all these directors, CEOs, you know, coming and sitting on this stool, getting their hair cut, you know. And that also inspired me a lot, you know. And even my clients inspired me a lot because the fact they were keeping up with the situation I was in, you know, inspired me a lot to continue going independent. And then after my corridor, I opened a small shop, one single chair. So it was just one chair, now a proper professional chair with a mirror and a sink and everything. And I was doing everything myself, haircut, washing, sometimes I do manicures, I do the facials, I do all of that. And then after that, I closed the shop and I went to another shop in town. And I worked there for about a year. And it was a good experience because it was a new environment, you know. After that, I opened the first mobile barber shop in Kenya. It was the second in Africa, actually. I think I was the second guy in Africa to actually own one. So I opened up the mobile barber shop. It was a beautiful experience, you know. I learned so much throughout the build of the barber shop. And also just not working in a shop and moving around door to door to clients. It was also a different experience that I enjoyed a lot. And then after that now, I opened up Ilan's Barbershop. Yeah, so in 7 years, I think I've done quite a bit, to be honest. It was very different. I'll just start from the beginning. It was just, you know, because in the beginning it was an empty van. And this empty van needed hot water, it needed electricity, you know, at the same time it needed to move with all those things inside. So that was a challenge on its own, but thank God it came out perfectly. After that, it was completely different for me because now I come from working in a shopping station in one place to now moving to different locations throughout Nairobi, you know, dealing with traffic, you know, and all that. And also it was running on solar panels. So when it was not hot, I used to have issues with power and all that, you know. But all in all, it was a beautiful, beautiful experience. Well, first of all, you come in and we welcome you, yeah, with warm smiles. Make sure you sit down, you're comfortable. We offer you whatever you like, water, something to refresh you. And then after we go through some consulting, figure out what hairstyle you want, what suits you, then we get your haircut. And then after that, you go to the sink, you get your wash, and then you do the hot towel finish, which is quite unique for us compared to other barber shops. We usually strive a lot to stay as unique as possible. The one thing that we're very strong on is customer service, extremely strong on that. Apart from that, it's the products we use. We don't like to compromise on products, so we like to have the best of the best for our clients. And also our service sets us apart from other barbershops, you know, because we're always trying to do something new, trying to improve, you know. So yeah, I'd say our customer service is always on 100, and our finishing service is something everyone must try. I mean, ambience plays a huge part, you know, in growing a business, because you want to create an environment where everyone is comfortable, you know, old or young, you know. So I try to keep it very simple, but at the same time, for it to be very warm and welcoming. Yeah. So, and with the lightings, I mean, lighting is very important in a barber shop. It needs to be as bright as possible. You know, so that was an investment. Like, it was something I could not budget on. You know, I had to get the lighting. The lighting had to be as good as possible. I can't say I have a target audience. For me, it's just anyone that can appreciate my service and afford it is more than welcome. You know, and my clientele has just grown through word of mouth most of the time. You know, people come here, they enjoy the service, and they go out there just bragging about it, you know. So that's helped me a lot. Like I said, I don't compromise on products. So I invest on getting the best products that I can, just to avoid skin infections, to avoid razor bumps and all that. And also the finishing service plays a big part in making sure the client comes out of here 100% safe. I'd say the only negative thing I had is, so in my finishing service, there's a cold towel that's involved in it. And at the time I didn't have it. And I didn't know people were actually enjoying it so much. So when I didn't have it for a while, it just became a problem, and I had to bring it back very quickly. But yeah, that's the one negative thing I'd say. Yeah, okay, so I'd say the best form of marketing right now is social media. You know, if you can capture all platforms, you're definitely good to go. Other than that, it's been word of mouth, you know. And word of mouth, I feel like it hits a bit different, because someone is actually approaching you and bragging about, you know, this service he had. The best form, I'd say, is social media. You know, if you can make good use of every platform, that will definitely bring you clientele. That's for sure. It works. You know. Apart from that, it's word of mouth. Word of mouth has played a very big part in my career. And that's also because of the amount of effort I have to put in to make sure clients are satisfied and they're walking into the right environment, you know, that is good enough to give them confidence and all that, you know. So yeah, so those two things, social media and word of mouth. Well, it's quite easy to keep up now because of social media, you know. If you follow the right people, then you're able to keep up with the right trends, you know, in terms of hairstyles. Like right now with men, there's so many hairstyles. The variety is wide when it comes to hairstyles. It's not like Kitambo, you know. Now you have a lot of variety when it comes to hairstyles. So yeah, just following the right people, you know. Like right now in barbering, every barber is trying to come up with a new hairstyle that's going to trend, you know, which is amazing. So, you know, just having that competition is very good. You know, so yeah, so I'm always researching, always looking for the right people to follow so that I can keep up with what's trending and all that. So yeah. I have shaved politicians, I've shaved billionaires, I've shaved celebrities, local celebrities, international celebrities. The one guy I almost shaved, and I was just late by just a little bit, was the rapper T.I. when he came to Kenya. Yeah, I got to shave his DJ and his team, but I was a bit late for him. But yeah, it would have been nice to shave T.I. Being an entrepreneur it's something I'm proud of, yeah. But I didn't realize how hard I have to work, you know, being an entrepreneur. I have to work extra hard. I have to work harder than everyone I've employed, you know. And that's not something I was ready for. I thought it's just going to be easy, you know, own my own place and, you know, have people do things for me to make it easier for me. But the reality is I have to work harder than, I have to work harder than everyone that I've employed, you know. But I feel blessed, you know, and I'm still enjoying the journey as it goes. I'm taking in every challenge that comes through, you know, and trying to stay as positive as I possibly can. The challenges we face every day, you know, owning a business, we face challenges every day. Sometimes we make money, sometimes we don't, you know. I think for me, I think that's just the biggest challenge, because the fact that sometimes it fluctuates, you know. You have months where you make enough money to even invest on new equipment and new products to try, you know, and sometimes you just have enough to just survive the month, you know. So, but it's the same story for everyone, you know. So it's like you just have to keep going. You just have to keep going, man. I mean, for me, it's affected me somehow, the high cost of living. It has, you know. Even just like my power, you know. I'm paying now double than what I was paying on a weekly basis, you know. And now with the dollar also, you know, bringing products and stuff, it's a lot more expensive. Yeah, and I think even for my staff, you know, they've been complaining about transport going up, food everywhere is going up, you know. So I feel like everyone is being affected by this thing, one way or another, you know. But I believe it's, you just have to keep going, man. You can't stop, you know. Yeah, man, till the wheels fall off. I mean, capital for setting up a shop depends. Location, size of the space, you know. If someone wants to start, I'd advise them start small. Yeah. Get a small space, put 2 chairs, 3 chairs. Have a sink, 1 sink or 2. And let your now service stand out, you know. And then slowly, God willing, if you build a clientele, then now you can slowly expand, you know. But the mistake a lot of people do is that they start big on a shop. You know, they start with a big shop, you know, multiple chairs, and it becomes hard to manage because you're new in the industry, you don't know how things go. So I'd always advise people to start small, and then just grow it pole pole. One thing I've realized, not everyone can be a barber. It's more of an art thing, you know? Like I always tell everyone, every person that sits on my chair, they're my canvas, you know? So it's something I never knew. I thought anyone could be a barber, anyone could cut hair, you know? It seemed very easy, you know? But when I realized it's something I was passionate about, is when I started to see how technical it actually is, you know, and how much it's such an artwork, you know, because of the amount of detail you can put into your work. It's just crazy, you know. So it's something that you have to go to school for. I'd advise anyone, because for me I did like a 3-month course. It was very short, but the knowledge I got out of it helped me, made it easier for me to grow faster and learn faster. So yeah, I'd advise anyone who wants to get into it to first go to school and study it, at least the basics. I've had conversations with barbers in Nairobi, and there's always been this idea of like doing events to like help the youth get into the industry, and yeah, just to bring some light into barbering, and show guys that, you know, if all fails, you know, you have this thing you can just get into, you know, and you can start making money as fast as possible. Well, the training process is just like a 1-month process, but it's crucial that I train everyone that comes into my shop so that the standards match. You know what I'm saying? So that I'm not standing, like, there's no one that's above the other. Everyone is on the same level in terms of service and all that. But yeah, we have to go through training about hygiene. It's important to do training on that. It's important to do training on customer service. Yeah, and customer service covers a lot, you know. So we usually just go through notes and stuff and a few practicals, and yeah. Well, my future plan is, obviously I'd love to have more branches around Nairobi so that I can have more people trying out my service. And also my biggest dream was just to bring as much light as I can into the industry, you know. Because barbers have always been known as, you know, just vinyosis, you know. But nowadays you're seeing barbers doing things that are just out of this world, you know. So, which is good, you know. So I'm hoping I can be part of that team that actually changes the game in Kenya, you know. My clients have, I don't even know what to say, like, these guys, it's because of them I am where I am today, you know. Because I'm hanging out with so many different people from different backgrounds, different professions, you know. So I've had a lot of times where I'm getting advice from clients on how to grow my business, you know, how to do this and that, you know. And those little conversations I have with them have actually played a big part in my career. So I believe having that, if you have a good relationship with your clients, it actually opens those doors for you to have those conversations, you know. And yeah, man, it's something I appreciate a lot. I mean, being an entrepreneur, I just love the fact I have to work hard, you know. I can't choose to be lazy if you're an entrepreneur, you know. You have to give it your all. There's no other way, you know. And for barbering, it's just, I just feel lucky I found something I'm passionate about, you know, because before this I didn't know what I was going to do with my life, you know. So I thank God I found something that I actually love doing, that I enjoy. I can't wait to wake up every day to get into the shop and just create something mad. I'd say for you to find your passion, just take your time with something and don't hesitate to try something. You know, if you feel like you want to do something, just do it, try it. And the earlier you start, the better, because now you have time to fail and get back. You know, if you take your time and all that, then you'll miss a lot. By the time you're failing and coming back, it'll be a bit too late. You know, so start early. Even if it's just an idea, just try it and see how it goes. So you can find me at Ilan's Barbershop, and my page is Barkat the Barber. So that's on Instagram, that's on Facebook, and that's on Twitter. So you can find us on all platforms, find out about our offers and anything else that we have going.